Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to start collecting Warhammer 40,000 boarding actions, and today we're going to take a look at the Chaos Demons. Now in this video we're going to go through how we muster a boarding patrol for the Chaos Demons before having a look at the couple of rules adaptations they have, both for their allegiance abilities and for some of the rules that are no longer on some of the units in this particular game mode. Now, something that should be noted when mustering a boarding patrol, we do have set model sizes in some of these units. You must take the unit sizes listed next to the models here. You can't take any other available unit sizes, only the ones listed. Now, after we've taken a look at all this, we're going to have a look at a couple of units to get started with for this particular faction, and then look at some other units to expand upon those first couple of initial purchases after that. We'll finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 500 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own force of the Chaos Demons in Warhammer 40k 10th edition boarding actions. And so, to begin with, you can include up to 2 of the following units, but there is a bit of a caveat with all of this. So this includes all your foot heroes, the Bloodmaster, Karanax, Skulltaker, Changecaster, Exalted Flamer, the Changeling, Epidemius, the Poxbringer, Sloppity Bilepiper, the Spoilpox Scrivener, Contorted Epitome, Infernal Enraptionist, the Masker Slaanesh, and the Transweaver. Now, like I said, there are a few caveats. All the core ones, you can only include 2 if you've got at least a 1 unit of Bloodletters in your force. You can only include a second character from the Zinch if you've got a Horror unit. Same thing, Plague Bearers with Nurgle, and same thing, Demonettes with the Slaanesh. So effectively, if you want 2 of the different demon characters, you would need to have 2 of the battle line demons for the respective god. Now, you can include up to 3 of each of the following units, and this includes all said basic demons, so Bloodletters, Blue and Pink Horrors, Plague Bearers, Nurglings, and Daemonettes. So Nurglings are a little addition there, along with your Blue Horrors on your sort of mainline demons, I would guess you would call them. But you've also got the option to include one of each of the following: Fleshhounds, Flamers, Screamers, Beasts of Nurgle, and Fiends, all the non-cavalry. Particularly nice things in here are Beasts of Nurgle. Fiends are also a really nice one. Screamers, super fast unit, as well as Fleshhounds. Now, rules adaptation wise, there is a bit of a change to the Shadow of Chaos army rule. The entire battlefield is considered to be no man's land for the purpose of the ability, and each time an enemy unit would fail a battle shock test, they only suffer a single mortal wound from demonic terror instead of the D3. Rules losses wise, we have the Beast of Nurgle losing Grotesque Regeneration, Epidemius losing the Tally of Pestilence, Fleshhounds losing Pouncing Hunters, the Infernal Enrapturist losing the Harmonic Alignment, Plague Bearers lose Infected Outbreak, Screamers lose Slashing Dive, and the Changeling loses the Formless Horror ability. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. But where do we go to begin with this force? And I think the Bloodmaster for me is the perfect place. This is a solid hero, 4 for its toughness, 4 wounds. It's also got 5 attacks in melee with a weapon skill of 2+, strength 6, -2 AP, damage 3. So perfect for cutting open things like Terminators and other tough marines in, say, Gravis armor, etc. And also high toughness enemies with that nice high strength. You've also got the ability when it joins a unit, it will give +1 to the wound rolls, and of course he can join Bloodletted units, and we'll talk about them in just a second. He's also got Gory Path though, where the unit he joins whenever they consolidate will move 6 inch rather than 3, so really nice there. A 4-up invulnerable save as well is a good solid combat invuln. Now, a unit to join him with, of course, is going to be the Bloodletters. I think these are the demons that perfectly fit into what we want in a boarding action force. So, toughness 4, 1 wound each, but they do have 2 attacks each at weapon skill 3+, strength 5, -2 AP, damage 2. Perfect for the close confines of a boarding action. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack as well, thanks to Blood Begets Blood rule, they reroll a wound roll of 1, and if they target unit that's below half strength, you can just simply reroll the wound roll in its entirety instead. They've also got a demonic icon, so one of the units can have a leadership save of 6+ rather than 7+, and the Instrument of Chaos can give a +1 to charge. Note, you will have to split them up into boarding parties, so you will get, these differences. Generally, I'd put all your eggs in one basket, put your Instrument and demonic icon in the one unit, and have that as sort of your main piece, probably going along with your Bloodmaster. Now, looking at where to go next, I want to talk about a different option we can use to start with those bloodletters instead, and this is Skulltaker. Skulltaker is a named, effectively, Blood Master hero, and it just provides something different. So he's got the Slayer Sword, which has devastating wounds and precision, which is pretty nice. 6 attacks, 2+ to hit, strength 6, -2 AP, damage 3, so fairly similar to the Blood Master there as well. Lord of Decapitations means he gives devastating wounds out to the unit of bloodletters that he'd join, and Skulls for Core means each time this model makes an attack that targets a character you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll, and each time you destroy a character you also gain a CP. But looking at some other units that I think definitely come into their own within a boarding patrol, and the first is going to be a Tzeentch unit, and this is going to be the Flamers. Flamers have a torrent weapon, which is really nice for d6 shots each. They also ignore cover and is a psychic attack to boot. Strength 4, -1 AP, damage 1, and they've also got the ability to shoot in a turn in which they fell back, which is super nice in a boarding action. Invulnerable save of 4+, and there's not really much else to write home about them. I think they're a really solid unit. They give out, torrent weapons. Flamers are really great in close confines. You're going to be versing a lot of infantry, so these can really come into their own. But if we're looking at some other units, another one of the gods that I particularly like in boarding actions is Nurgle. Nurgle has a couple of interesting units that are interesting for a couple of different reasons. So the first of these is the Beast of Nurgle. This is just a super tough model to have in a boarding action. Toughness 9, like that's right up there with the walkers in the game, so this is going to be able to, really pose a serious problem for a lot of forces that are going to be targeting going against infantry. So weapon skill 4+, strength 6, -1 AP, damage 2. Nothing too great on the offense, pretty decent, but nothing, extreme. But is that defense, 7 wounds, toughness 9, and you can take these in units of 2 when performing your army, so you can get 2 of these on the table. Now, they do not have any special abilities. They would normally have grotesque regeneration, but this is lost inside a boarding action. They also have that invuln of 5+ as well. Now, last unit I want to talk about for the Demons of Chaos are the Nurglings. Now, with the initial sort of suggestion we built, and you'll see it in our army list at the end, Nurglings are a great little unit to have here and there for your demons to fill in some of the points, because you can end with odd numbers in demons. Now, they are 40 points for a unit of 3 bases, and so this is going to help fill up those last points if you've maybe got too many left at the end of a game. But there are some other options we can play around with, and I'll talk about them in the list in just an end. But Nurglings do have a couple of cool things. The Mischief Maker's aura, while an enemy unit, excluding monster vehicle, is within 6 inch, they're just -1 to hit, so they can really help in the close confines as a little support piece as well. And so here we have our sample army list for the Chaos Demons in a boarding patrol. Now we got our Bloodmaster, who's going to be our Warlord, and of course we have a unit of Bloodletters to join with them. Now we've gone for our other units to be a unit of Flamers, 2 Beasts of Nurgle, and a unit of Nurglings, rounding us out at a perfect 500 points. Now, we did talk about Skulltaker. If Skulltaker is the way you'd like to go for maybe your starting hero instead of the Bloodmaster, then you would need to drop the Nurglings out your force here, but this would open up, some other potential to potentially get some of the bonuses of the CP that you get in a boarding action game for having less points than your opponent. So you do have that little option to play around with in this. But like I said, the Nurglings are just a great unit to pick up. They fill in the gaps in your force really nicely. But if you've been playing some games with the Chaos Demons in Warhammer 40k, especially in boarding patrols, and you've got some favourite units, or you've got some suggestions on what you would bring to a boarding action game of Warhammer 40k, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me, we have a Discord server for the channel, and that is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. This is either via Patreon or YouTube members using one of our affiliate links and codes down there, like Baron of Dice, Gap Games, or Mithras Games, or by supporting us directly on Patreon or YouTube members. If you'd like to do any of those, we have links for that all in the description. And as a special thank you to our Patrons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Soren, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And our YouTube members: Greenridge Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny 84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, and John Castle. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Once again, everyone, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.